everybody. Well, for the next hour, we're on Stripped, and we're going to be playing you some tunes and also telling you about our new album and our new tour next year. But the first song up is Sugar Babes with Holding the Head. Check it out.
Last year's been very good for us. We've made what we feel is the best album we've ever made. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride, to be honest with you, because after we released our greatest hits last year, we didn't quite know exactly what the next step should be for us. You know, we've always been positive that we wanted to stay around and, you know, remain as a band or whatever, but we just didn't know what to do. We didn't know whether to release an album straight away or to take a break or to do an unplugged album or whatever, if you know what I mean. So it was very kind of, I don't know, it was a weird year for us. It's probably the weirdest year so far because everything up to that was sort of planned out for us, if you know what I mean. This was the first time where we really had to stop and think and wonder what the future held for us, and luckily it's turned out really well, and we decided to do this album, and as I say, it's turned out good. Yeah, we're going to do a tour as well, starting in February or March of 2004. And
a good tour this year as well.
We've done a good tour this year as well, as Shane says.
Would you agree with this, lads? It was almost like being on a motorway.
Tell us what you're saying.
Yeah, we were on a roundabout, we were on a roundabout.
No, we were on the motorway, and we had a chance to either go into the services and get KFC and chill out for a couple of minutes.
Turn around.
Oh, well done!
Or turn around and come back with a new album. I think our audience has grown with us, to be honest. When we first started off in Westlife, you know, 5 years ago, we were 17, 18 years of age, and I think a lot of our fans were around that age as well, and maybe even younger. And now when we do concerts, like last year when we were on our last world tour, we had this thing where we went out over the audience and we got to see the fans a lot closer up than we normally would. And one thing we noticed that definitely the audience has grown. The first tour you'd see 5 adults and 2 kids. Now you're seeing 6 adults and 1 kid. You know, and I think that's great. It's great for us because, you know, it kind of spells out longevity for us. People that are there because they like the music and not because of the whole, you know, look at the 5 good-looking guys prancing around on the stage. It's more about the songs, which is important to us. Marcus.
I'm actually not. Listen.
Mark is breaking
It didn't work.
Mark's breaking wind right now.
But
right now,
it's
not important.
It's very important to us. It's very important to us, you know.
It's not important.
It's not. It is important. It is very important to us that, you know, our fan base has stayed with us and grown with us, and I think they've evolved with us, you know, as we've been evolving, and that's been very important to us.
I think we hold on to a certain extent, but I think our teenage market that was kind of 10 or 12 is now 17, 18. I think the likes of Busted have taken that place. Like they're kind of the best kind of young new band that have come out, and they've taken maybe the younger side of that market. But I think we've kind of moved on. Like a lot of our fans are like 25, 30 in our audiences. Like it's just women, like 10 women out for a night out on a Saturday night, and they're going crazy. Like, you know, they're getting away from their husbands or whatever for a night, and we're kind of like the 5 fellas on stage, you know.
It's like a flea market, no?
It's kind of like a flea market, yeah.
Was that not an affair? If they don't have an affair with us, like, in their mind.
But they're paying for it, so it's
but
alright.
What's that part of the market there?
No, honestly, but that's what we feel our audience is, and I think we still will hold on to a bit of teen market, but not as much as we would have had at the beginning. But we'd rather have the older market than have just the teen market, because it kind of makes us have a longer lifespan.
It's like a sweet.
Welcome back to part 2.
There's no formula. The only formula, well...
Jeez, I never used to get them formulas right in school, do you remember? What was velocity?
Nicky, now, come on, you're not really that funny.
What was it? That was good. What was it? Velocity. Give us the...
Minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
That's not velocity, though. That's distance.
Distance is x2 plus x1 over y1 plus y2 or something like that.
No, that's the slope.
That's
right, anyway. No, the slope was y2 minus
sorry,
y1.
we were doing maths class there from 6 years ago when we were in school.
We don't really have a certain formula for our songs. I mean, I don't know. We just kind of listen to songs, and when, for instance, this album, Turnaround, the new one, we listened to about 100 songs, if not 150 songs, before we picked out the ones we actually wanted to record. So the formula that we use is just to listen to the songs and sort of try our best to judge the songs and judge whether or not we feel they're good quality songs. Also, we listen very carefully to what our management say and certain people in our label say, and you know, just kind of take everything on board and then look at it like that. But we don't actually sit down and say, right, this chord going into that chord with those lyrics are exactly the type of songs we need, if you know what I mean.
A good melody, I think, is the most important thing in our song. I think we're known for melodies. We're known for having good melodies. we've had a few all right songs and they weren't number one. You know what I mean? But we've had a lot of good songs, and they've all been number one, thankfully. You know, so
I think we know.
It can't be a good old key change.
I think we know as well when to release a certain
in.
style of song. I think it's important because we are renowned for ballads, and it is what we do best. But it's important to know when to throw a song into the mix. For example, like Hey Whatever. I think we all knew that Hey Whatever wasn't going to be number one, but it was still a hit, and it was a song that we needed to kind of put out at that particular time for ourselves, and just to throw something into the mix a little bit. You know?
I don't think we look at ourselves as sex symbols.
We are.
I do. I definitely do.
I think I'm a sex symbol.
That was stupid.
Honest to God, we take the mick out of each other too much to actually have an ego to think that we're actually sex symbols.
We're lucky, very lucky boys. That's what we are.
I know we understand. We understand we get plastered on walls and stuff like that by fans and stuff like that. You know, but
Mark was plastered last night.
if you were to go through a magazine of the 10 best looking guys in the world, we should not be in there. We don't.
Speak yourself there now. Hang on.
I'm not speaking for myself.
We won't be in the top million probably. Shut up.
Yeah, but exactly. So
You're the best looking.
If we're in the top 10, I'd say we'd be 11. We're not even seriously, like, there's a lot of guys out there, you know.
We're not even in the top 10 best looking in this room. Like I say now in the world.
we're not.
Hang on, you're speaking for yourself there.
We're 5 best looking guys in the world.
We're probably there.
What about this cameraman? This cameraman.
Welcome back to part 3 on Stripped. It's time for some more music. I don't think we necessarily have to be that clean-living anymore. I think people realise that we're human beings and that we're, that we are 23 to 25-year-old men, and we go out to nightclubs and we drink and we do what we want to do when we want to do it. We also are very responsible about our work. We don't, do anything that's irresponsible in front of the media, in front of the press. We understand that, a lot of people look up to us, and it would be irresponsible for us to be doing certain things in front of the media and the press. But at the same time, we don't do anything that's illegal or anything like that. We're just normal guys. We're average 23 to 25-year-old guys that have a good time and love what they do.
I don't think we see ourselves as role models. I think people tell us that people look up to us or copy what we do, but at the same time, we don't live that lifestyle. We don't live that kind of clean-cut lifestyle on purpose. We just are what we are, and if that's clean-cut or if that's different or if that's, whatever it is what it is, and we just do what we want to do. And there is nights when we're going to, be photographed, going out with our friends or going out as a bunch, and there is nights when we're going to be maybe not photographed and we'll just be sitting in the house or
having a Chinese or
or even having an Indian maybe. That's how kind of far we go. We have Indians and Chinese.
Yeah, cowboy.
Spicy, really spicy.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's better than cabbage and
I don't
potatoes.
eat Indian.
Asians in general. Very nice.
We're that rock and roll.
It's a mixture, I think, of Kylie Minogue, Westlife, and Sugar Babes.
Kylie Minogue without the ass.
There's something missing there because the chorus is extremely rock.
I think it's Sugar Babes.
Chorus is like Beautiful Day, You Too. That's the reference there.
Kylie Minogue, Sugar Babes, and you too.
Mixed in with Bob the Builder.
Basically, it's just a weird song. You gotta listen to it. It's very good.
It's a brilliant song, though. It's one of my favourite songs on the album.
Kane does MC and all that.
Yeah. I think the band, as a collective, we'd like to say Coldplay, we think, are the best band that have come out in a very long time. In all genres of music, we think Coldplay are the best.
They don't have the attitude of other rock bands.
Keeping it. Well, folks, unfortunately the hour is up. We've had a great day again today. We hope you've enjoyed it, but don't forget, come back tomorrow. We'll see us again. Good luck.
And I need you today.